This has to be one of the most strangest and bizarrest cases I have ever came across. This family allegedly had seen aliens back in 1955. This was over like 50 years ago. This is crazy how it still remains open and unsolved. This is the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter. On a hot August night in 1955, the Sutton family drove out to a small farmhouse deep in the Kentucky woods, far away from street lights and neighbours, planning nothing more than a quiet night together. They were going to eat dinner, they were going to talk on the porch, and they were going to listen to the bugs hum in the trees while it turned into nightfall. They arrived at this cabin. It was a nice small cabin in the woods. No one going to disturb them. It was just them and nature. Late that night, Billy Ray Taylor stepped outside to get some water from the well. And then that's when he saw a bright object streak across the sky and drop straight behind the trees as it had just landed. And mysteriously, right after that happened, the forest went completely silent. That's when Billy Ray Taylor noticed that something was wrong. He tried to ignore it and went back inside, but not long after, there was glowing eyes that appeared at their window, followed by a small figure with a big round head, sharp ears and long fingers gripping their windows as if staring inside like it was studying them, like it just wanted something from them. Then someone fired a gun inside the house and the thing fell back, but instead of dropping, it floated away and disappeared into the dark. But that wasn't all. Then more of these things came. Shapes moved between the trees, then they climbed onto the roof, scratched at the walls, and showed up at different windows no matter where the family ran to. It's like they were following them, studying them, seeing what they were. Because remember, us to them, we are aliens too, but them to us, they are aliens as well. So they don't know who we are and we don't know who they are. But every time they shot at them, they just fell back, came back up, and did exactly the same things over and over again. The hours passed like this, where the aliens would come up to the windows and stare at them. They weren't attacking, they weren't harming, they were just there staring at them through their window. The family huddled together in fear while the forest stayed dead quiet, making them think that they're just being cut off from the outside world. Then, just before morning, everything stopped at once. There was no figures, there was no bangings, there was no scratching, there was nothing. They were all just gone. When police later searched the area, they found damaged screens, shell casings from the guns, and marks around their house. But no animals and no people were there. There was no tracks, there was no footprints. It was like these beings were just floating. What happened that night is still remembered as the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter, a case that remains scary not because anyone was hurt, but because something came out the woods, surrounded a lonely cabin that was in the middle of nowhere, and then chose to leave. This has to be one of the most bizarrest cases that has got to do with aliens. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I shall be doing more of these every single day, so make sure you stay tuned. But anyway, I'll see you on the next one.